Good day, everyone. My name is Mark Anthony Arturaldo, and I am going to report in marketing management. Types of markets. We have three types of market here. First, the perfect competition. Second, imperfect competition. And monopoly. Here in perfect competition is a market structure in which there is first, a large number of sellers and buyers. When we say large number, there is or there are infinite sellers and buyers in these competitions. Second, having homogeneous product. So when we say homogeneous product, there are having similar or the same product offered in these competitions. Then, third, there is a single price in the market. When we say single price in the market, the price of the product they offer is uniform to other product. So, that is single price. And next, imperfect competition. In this market, there are small number of firms, but having large number of buyers and sellers with differentiations. So the difference between imperfect and perfect competitions, perfect competition offered similar or the same product, but here in imperfect competitions, they are offering different products. So next, the last type of markets will be monopoly. When there is a single seller or producer in market, has full control on supply and there is no close substitute. So, like railways, post and telegraph are the example of this type of market structure. So here are the following characteristic of monopoly. First, single seller and large number of buyers. Second, no close substitute. Third, one firm on industry. Fourth, restrictions on the entry. Fourth, fifth, control over the supply. Then last, either price or supply fixations. So that's are the uh, different between the three types of markets. And proceed tayo kay five classifications of market system. In market economies, there are a variety of different market systems that exist, depending on the industry and the companies within that industry. It is important for small business owners to understand what type of market system they are operating in when making pricing and production decisions, or when determining whether to enter or leave a particular industry. So we have five classification of market system here. First, perfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, monopside, and monopolistic competition. Perfect competition. Perfect competition is a market system characterized by many different buyers and sellers. In the classic theoretical definitions of perfect competitions, there are an infinite number of buyers and sellers with so many market players. It is impossible for any one participant to alter the prevailing price in the market. If they attempt to do so, buyers and sellers have infinite alternatives to pursue. Second, monopoly. A monopoly is the exact opposite form of market system as perfect competitions. In a pure monopoly, there is only one producer of a particular good or service, and generally no reasonable substitute in such a market system. The monopolist is able to charge whatever price they wish due to the absence of competitions, but their overall revenue will be limited by the ability or willingness of customer to pay their price. Then, oligopoly. An oligopoly is similar in many ways to a monopoly. The primary difference is that rather than having only one producer of a good or service, there are a handful of producers, or at least a handful of producers that make up a dominant majority of the production in the market system. While oligopolies do not have the same pricing power as monopolies, it is possible without diligent government regulations that oligopolies will conclude with one another to set prices in the same way a monopolist would do. Then, monopsy. Monopsy. Market systems are not only differentiated according to the number of suppliers in the market. They may also be differentiated according to the number of buyers. Whereas a perfect competitive market theoretically has an infinite number of buyers and sellers. A monopsy has only one buyer for a particular good or service, giving that buyer significant power in determining the price of the product produced. Then, last, the monopolistic competitions is a type of market system combining elements of a monopoly and perfect competition. Like a perfectly competitive market system, there are numerous competitors in the market. The difference is that each competitor is sufficiently differentiated from the others, that some can charge greater prices than a perfectly competitive firm. An example of monopolistic competition is the market for music. While there are many artists, each artist is different and is not perfectly substitutable with another artist. And let us proceed to the Porter's five process analysis. Is a framework that attempt to analyze the level of competition within an industry and business strategy development. It draws upon industrial organizations, economics to derive the five forces that determine the competitive intensity and therefore attractiveness of an industry. Attractiveness is the context refers to the overall industry profitability. An attractive industry is one in which the combinations of these five forces acts to drive down overall profitability. A very unattractive industry would be one approaching pure competition in which available profits for all firms are driven to normal profit. So, Uh, these are the components of Porter's five forces model. First is threat of new entrants, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of buyers, bargaining power of suppliers, and last, rivalry inside the industry. Threat of new entrants. The market is full of competition. Not only the existing firms pose threat to the business, but the arrival of new entrants is also a challenge. As per the ideal scenario, the market is always open to entry and exist, resulting in the comparable profits to all the firms. But this is not applicable in the real picture market. In reality, all industries have some traits that protect their high profits and help them in warding off potential new entrants by erecting barriers. Threats of substitutes. The substitutes can be defined as the products of other industry that have the ability to satisfy similar needs. Example, coffee can be substitute for tea, as it can be also used as a caffeine drink in the morning. When price of a substitute product changes, the demand of a related product also gets affected. When the number of substitute product increases, the competition also increases as the customers have more alternatives to select from. This forces the companies to raise or lower down the prices. Hence, it can be concluded that the competition created by the substitute firm is price competition. Then, three, number three, bargaining power of buyers. This has important effect on the manufacturing industry. When there are many producers and there is a single customer in the market, then the situation is called as monopsony. In this market, the position of the buyer is very strong and sets the price. In reality, only few monopsony markets exist. Thereby, bargaining power of the buyers compels the firms to reduce the prices and may also demand a product or service of higher quality at low price. And number four, by bargaining power of suppliers. Since the company needs raw material for producing, therefore, the producers have to build a relationship with its suppliers. When suppliers have the power in their hands, they can exert influence on the producing firms by selling them raw materials at higher prices. Example, Walmart as an organization thrives on the basis of its relationship with its suppliers. And last, rivalry inside the industry. PESTEL analysis. A PESTEL analysis is a framework to analyze the key factors such as political, economic, sociological, technological, legal, and environmental, influencing an organization's from the outside. It offers people professionals insight into the external factors impacting their organizations to analyze uh, is flexible. So organization can use it in a range of different scenarios. People, professionals, and senior managers can use the result to guide strategic decision making. And and I think it would be all. Thank you and keep safe everyone.